now from the home of the Raiders since 2020. We're inside the spectacular Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The kicker, Daniel Carlson, has this one teed up. And off we go from Vegas. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. They send Godwin in motion. Now, a run with the rookie out of Oregon. They face 2nd down and 7. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
Not the sharpest of starts on offense. Here, an early 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That's caught. It's Evans. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate, not only on 3rd down, but what they call 3rd and pass, meaning it's such a long down and distance, they have no choice but to air the ball out. And when you can convert 3rd downs at that distance, chances are you got a pretty big-time quarterback.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Patience is a great quality of a running back. You have to wait for holes and gaps to develop. But in this case, Mike, he just kept waiting and waiting, and nothing ended up happening. No gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. There's Evans. He's got it. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can. The defenders knew a pass was coming. They had their ears pinned back here on 3rd down, but they initially allowed him to escape the pocket and make a break for it, but give him credit. They recognized the scramble quickly, rallied to the ball, stopped him short of the 1st down.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Baker to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he's going to have a Bucs 1st down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he's taken down on what should be the final play. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Here comes Otten in motion. A give. This is Irving. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Third and a yard. Here comes Otten in motion. From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Christian Wilkins, the former Dolphin, in there to bring him down.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Ritter to throw on the first play. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And they will finally run him down.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Ritter. He's got it at about the 8. And he will get into the end zone. Trey Tucker. Touchdown, Raiders. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone. That decision to go for 2 was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you could see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for 2. The touchdown was obviously a disappointing outcome defensively, but to able to get that stop, they can at least come off the field and catch their breath.
Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to go, he is taken down. Max Crosby, motor always running, gets there for the sack. Second and 11. Mayfield to throw. Down the field, it's Evans. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
These two in rhythm, 12 more yards and a first down.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that second foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver. Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
On second down, Baker.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Mayfield to throw it here on first down. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. One of the Raiders has got it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now Ritter to the left side. It is caught by Myers.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on time. On second down, it's Ritter. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Now Ritter on first down. He'll go right back to Bowers. He's got it again. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Off the fake, here's Ritter. He runs with it.
That's a smart play. Second down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable third down.
They'll try to run for it. Here's White. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, Vegas.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Now, Ritter to throw on second down. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Second down and 8.
17. Here we go. 22 meters. Ultra. Ready.
On second down, a run with White. A successful drive, but in danger of stalling. Trying to convert now on 3rd and 7. They go play action with Ritter. That's caught left side by Bowers. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Baker. A pass, it's complete. It's Shepard. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Now he takes off. Oh, the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. A sigh of relief there. That was very nearly a turnover. Fortunate to see that one, Greg, get fumbled out of bounds.
And when that ball came loose, Mike, you could see the entire sideline kind of holds their breath. But they were able to take a little bit of an exhale as they saw that ball, fortunately for them, go out of bounds.
This pass is caught by Cade Otton. And they'll take this down inside the 35. On 1st down is Mayfield. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans. And it's going to lead to 4th down. So we get to a pressure kick. And here's Chase McLaughlin. This to get back to a 1-possession game.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit. Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
On the ground, this is White. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this.
On the ready.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
Right. 97. Green jack. Cut, cut.
They'll drop to throw. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
Right, 6. Ready, ready. Cut, cut.
On 3rd down, it's White. And he's going to have the Raiders first down. It was 3rd and 3, and they picked up 6. On play action, Ritter. Oh, do you believe it? It's intercepted. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Chance to tie the game or even take the lead. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. And the rush gets there. Down he goes. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout. Get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. A 2nd down throw from Mayfield.
Quarterback does a nice job here sensing the pressure pretty quickly. Realizes he doesn't have a ton of time to operate from within the pocket. Decides to tuck the ball and rely on his legs. He's able to pick up a positive play.
Now Mayfield. Over the middle, that's Godwin. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their 2nd. And they stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. This offense still has the 1 timeout to use. 1st and 10 coming up now. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Got his man at the 6. The Buccaneers forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here is 1st and goal. They send Evans in motion. Throwing is Mayfield. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Merritt. And he's going to take this back all the way. Touchdown, Vegas. Late in the game, a big turnover goes back the other way. A back-breaking score.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, Mike, you're just trying to make something happen. You find yourself trailing, less than 2 minutes remain. You're just taking some chances. In this case, the chances backfire, and the other team's able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. Pass thrown deep for Godwin. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So this one, a win for the Raiders. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game, and are going to send their fans home quite happy.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. And it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the heart of Texas and the spectacular AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
The veteran Brandon McManus ready to kick this one off. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
In my opinion, Mike, if they expect to leave here today with a win, they're going to have to be aggressive early and often. They might not connect on all of them, but pushing the ball downfield could open up a lot of opportunities for you to take advantage as this game unfolds.
1st and 10. We'll go play action. Oh, no, right at the start, he loses the football. The Packers have it. And he's going to score. Do you believe this start? Opening minute of the game. Fumble recovery and a touchdown. And that is the dream start for this defense on the opening drive. They get the first points of the game for their team.
You know, Mike, every team, they have an opening drive script. So what it is, it's the plays they feel best about. Pass, run, establish a little rhythm, and get your players into the game a little bit. Here they are executing their opening script, something they've done all week long. They cough the ball up, scoop, score, and you couldn't have drafted a worse start for this offense.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. They play it short, take it at the 15-yard line. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Cowboys' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Let's see if they can bounce back from the early mistake. That fumble a moment ago returned for a touchdown. The offense gets it back, 1st and 10. A first carry now for Rico Dowdle. And this play's going nowhere. Taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now Dowdle. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
That was just a race to the edge, and in this case, Mike, he just wasn't the winner. I mean, at this point, when the defense is out there waiting for you, it's tough for any runner in this league to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Dak facing 3rd and long. Here's a screen coming for Dowdle. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
There was a lot of questions surrounding Jordan Love. Was he the long-term answer in Green Bay following in the footsteps of the legendary Aaron Rodgers? And I think last year in his first season as a full-time starter, he certainly quieted a lot of those questions. He spent time early in his career watching from the sideline, and he wasted no time showing he's one of the top young quarterbacks in the entire league.
Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll get this past the 25, out to the 27. A pickup of 7. Second down and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He finds Jaden Reed for the grab. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
On first down, it's Love. The catch is made. This is Tucker Kraft. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Love to throw it on first down. Second and a yard. On the bootleg, it's Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. The defense stringing him out. No gain back to the original line of scrimmage.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. but the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline, nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Throwing on second down, Love. This one is caught by Reed. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball, and right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up.
From the gun, it's Love. He's got his big tight end, Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Packers. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers move out on top, 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 15. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Here's a carry for Dowdle. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the play fake, Dak. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. A gain there of 13 yards.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
It's going to be pulled in by Dowdle. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And the Cowboys are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
That's to Ferguson once again. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Here's another shot from the 6 at second and goal. On the ground, it's Dowdle. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Line of scrimmage back at the 7 for third and goal. Here's Prescott. That's hauled in at the 2. Trying to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, that's going to set up fourth down.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. On the return, here's Jaden Reed. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. Here's second and 9. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down. Back to throw is Love. He's got a man. It's Dobbs. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They'll run with Jacobs. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
There hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, which is weird, Mike, because they sent so many guys out in the route. But what does that do? It really stresses your protection. The more guys out in the route, the less guys blocking, and the play ends up resulting in a sack.
Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And their lead will stay right where it is.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The home team's offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Play fake. Prescott. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Play action now. Prescott hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd. And now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
Pass completed right side to Ferguson.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Here's Brian Anger now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. The Packers offense getting set to get back to work. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Not much space developing. He'll get to about the 14 this time. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. On 2nd down, Love. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Here's Love to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he will have a Packers 1st down. Maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
What that play call tells me is that play caller made up his mind. We're on 3rd and inches. If we don't get it, we're going for it on 4th down. So he really treated that 3rd down like 2nd down. They work the outside part of the field. Simple pitch and catch. It's a nice pickup.
Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. A 2nd down throw for Love. Quick throw, taken in, and that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
On play action, Love. A throw on the run is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the gun, here comes Jacobs. And he'll take this ahead to the 43-yard line. The veteran Eric Hendricks on the stop. Now a 3rd and 2. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. We are through 1. It's the Packers on top. We're back to Arlington in a moment. On 4th down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. Back deep to receive the explosive Kevontae Turpin. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. We'll go play action. It's Prescott. This pass right side taken in by Cooks. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick 1st down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver.
Matt LaFleur disagrees with the call, and he's going to throw the challenge flag. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Now Prescott going to make the read and keep it himself. Not much to speak of on that one, maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
2nd down, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
That is caught. Hooks gets the grab. Well, they hook up again. 2nd time on this drive, and this one's good for 18 yards and a 1st down.
And really the key to this play was just how fast he was able to get through his progressions. His mind was able to process and go from 1 to 2 to 3 so quickly that he was able to get the ball to the right target on time. And I think so often those two things are different. Being open is one thing. Being open and getting the ball on time, that's what leads to success, and that's what we saw here.
And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd down throw for Prescott. A throw on the move is caught. 11 yards on the pass there. That's good for a Dallas 1st down. They'll run with Dowdle. He'll work forward for a couple. Xavier McKinney, the one who brings him down. On 2nd down, it's Dak. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Got a man, that's Tolbert. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive would be a bit of a letdown.
A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points.
A dive, and he's in! Rico Dowdle. Touchdown, Cowboys. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Cowboys are back within 4. It is 14-10. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This returnable with Reed. Ho-ho! And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Packers offense ready to get back at it. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. To throw is Love. That's left side, caught by Musgrave. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw is Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. That complete to Jacobs. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. From the gun, it's Love. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
Here's Daniel Whelan now. He'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. And this will not turn out to be a good return. Forced backwards, and they get him out of bounds. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. He's going to let one go deep for Lamb. You talk about flipping the field out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line. A big connection from Dak to CD. A gain of 48.
Mike, what we're seeing play out across the NFL is that if offensively it requires you to go the length of the field in a long, methodical drive, your chances of coming away with points continue to go down the more you snap the ball. You have to be able to generate shot plays, pick up big, explosive chunks, because when you do, your ability to score points typically tends to follow.
He's got it at about the 8, and he's in. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown, Dallas.
This is a great example here, Mike, of an offense and a quarterback that is just in complete control and rhythm. Not only is he able to deliver this ball on target downfield, but the accuracy is what allows his receiver to stay on his feet, pick up the remaining yards after the catch, and walks it in for a touchdown.
Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Cowboys move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now Love. Trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. In motion, Reed. Now Jacobs. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Third and 6. We'll go play action with Love. He'll go right and find his running back. Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for Green Bay. Fair catch is called for and made. just inside the 35-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll start out first down and 10. To throw is Dak. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
First down, Prescott. It's going to be pulled in by Dowdle. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Play action now. Prescott. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
The Packers offense make their way out to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll get forward for a couple. Osa Odigizua there on the tackle. Second down and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Love. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
So the best thing this wide receiver is able to do here, Mike, on this crossing route is once he gets the ball in his hands, he's able to put his foot in the ground and get vertical. So often you see these guys get strung out sideline to sideline, and they're not able to pick up big yards after the catch. So really nice job here, and it leads to a big gain.
It'll be a short pickup down to the 31. The veteran Eric Hendricks on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. Back to throw is Love. That's Dobbs open left side. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Here's Love. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deron Bland. And the Cowboys will have great field position right around midfield.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Cowboys offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. Here's a designed run. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
And you could tell pretty quickly, Mike, that once the quarterback started chopping his feet, that there was nowhere for him to go. Great job by the defense, not only reading quarterback run, but getting him down behind the line.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Prescott. Pass completed right side to Ferguson.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
3rd down, 3 to go. We'll go play action. It's Prescott. That one downfield for Cooks. And the Packers are going to take possession at their own 3-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Packers offense ready for this next possession. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. On play action, Love. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the safety, Malik Hooker.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position. Jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
The Cowboys offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up 1st down and goal.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the 1st down, sets up 1st and goal.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. Prescott. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. 2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. Greg and I, back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this. On the play fake. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike, and they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing, and that's the only thing that matters.
Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now Prescott. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Here's Nixon on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The visitors' offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out there. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. To throw is Love. That one's to the sideline complete. Nice grab as he stays in bounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
On 2nd down, Love. That one on target to Watson. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
Well, it's been pretty clear this offense has wanted to get this running back involved in the passing game here in the first half. And with the success they've found, I expect the rest of the game to go very similar.
On 1st down, it's Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. First and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a 1st down.
And he's in. Christian Watson. Touchdown, Green Bay. McManus on for the point after. The kick is good. And the Packers will go up by a point here in the second quarter. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Dak going to throw it here on first down. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Georgia.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through. And yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
The visitors' offense going to take over just before the half. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Love. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On 3rd down, they go with Jacobs. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. Here's the punter now, as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punch it away. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Cooks going in motion. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Throwing is Prescott. He'll let this go deep for Tolbert. That is hard. And he will go all the way. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, Cowboys.
And what a swing in momentum here as you go into the half. Here you are offensively. Not only are you losing, but you really just have a desperation, no time on the clock. Let's see if we can steal some points. And you convert. Tell you what, that locker room looks a lot different now than it did a few minutes ago.
Now Aubrey for the extra point. The kick is good, so add one more, and it will take a first half lead into the locker room.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was the veteran quarterback Dak Prescott who had it working in the first half. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This returnable with Reed. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. To throw is Love. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Love. He's got a man. That's Watson. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Hendricks. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. It's going to be pulled in by Dowdle. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And he's going to go down. It's a sack, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Defensively, they got a little too eager, as we could see. So now, from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. He's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8-yard line.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
It's back at the 8 now for 2nd and goal. Back to throw is Prescott. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Taking off, he is in. Dak Prescott, touchdown, Dallas. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
Prescott leading the Cowboys to the line for this 2-point try. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here's Nixon on the return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The visitors' offense and Romeo Doubs heading out for their next possession. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. A run up the middle with Jacobs. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. Third down coming up.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch. And instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They get the conversion on third down. It was a gain of 27.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A good play action with Love.
These plays just kill you on defense. The pressure is good, but you have to contain them. Quarterback does a nice job of escaping the pocket, turns into a runner, scrambles for positive yardage.
3rd and a yard. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll have the first down at the 26. So good job on the ground to keep this drive rolling. On the ground, it's Jacobs. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Running is Jacobs. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now Love. This one is caught by Reed. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Even though defensively you haven't been able to get off the field, this is where you got to dig your heels in. This is where you got to make a stand. Okay, so you've given up a long drive. Force a field goal. Field goals and takeaways. That's red zone defense, and if they can come away with 3 here, I think they'd feel pretty good about it. The sideline erupted. They thought that was an easy 6, but instead, It was nothing but disappointment. I mean, that is a gut-wrenching missed opportunity for the offense, and he has his head down just in disbelief.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Now it's McManus for the point after. His kick is good. And the Packers back within 7. It's 35-28. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And the turnovers have really been the story here. Take you back through the high, or actually the lowlights in this one. Not a lot of positives when you have a 3-interception game under pressure all game long, the secondary feasting on his passes. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. In motion, Lamb. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Second down, Prescott. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Now Dowdle. Uh-oh. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap for Prescott. The open man is Tolbert. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. On the ground, it's Dowdle. They'll put him down right at the 20, but they'll also move the sticks. That is a 1st down picked up.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
Prescott on first down. In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb. And the Cowboys are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Prescott now. Now he'll run, and he will score. Dak Prescott, touchdown Cowboys. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
On for the PAT is Aubrey. He gets it to go. And the Cowboys will extend this third quarter lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here's Nixon on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. Here's 1st and 10. On the bootleg, it's Love. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
And he's near the first down, stopped a little short of the 40. Off the play fake. Here's Love. That complete to Jacobs. And he's going to be out of bounds just past the marker. The ball was in the proper place for a new set of downs.
So on these play calls, Mike, on 3rd and inches, typically how it goes is we're going to try to take a shot. Then there's a medium zone option. And then the last resort is just pick up the first down with something underneath and get that fresh set of downs. So in this case, he settles for the underneath throw, but it's still enough to pick up the first down.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Dobbs headed in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Love. There's that man again. Another catch. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. Third down, 3 to go. From the gun, it's Love. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Dobbs that time. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball is over 60 yards in the air, and I would be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those.
The Cowboys offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Here's Dak to throw. This pass right side, caught by Lamb. On the play fake, Dak. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Rashawn Gary, former Michigan Wolverine, in there to take him down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Dak to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Packers offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the 3rd quarter. First and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the second half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game. They need to find a way to use the pass to get the lead and then go back to this run game to close the game out.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Starting to see a back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
Love to throw it on 1st down. A dive and a catch. Incredible. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
And his great game continues. And all game long, Mike, he's really been on the receiving end of a lot of big plays, but I think we might have just seen his best one yet.
The man in motion is Watson. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. The veteran Eric Hendricks on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. Third and 5. On play action, Love. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. That is DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. This one from 41 yards out. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. So, back and forth they go as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. They play it short, take it at the 15-yard line. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The home team's offense and Dak Prescott set to take over again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Prescott. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back. You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped, this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Now Prescott. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
This a must stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. That's down the field for Lamb. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And a pretty good punt there. The fair catch taken right around the 11-yard line. The Packers offense running back Josh Jacobs heading back on the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. He finds some room across the 25. And they'll get him down, but not before he takes this across the 30-yard line.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs to kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Dobbs headed in motion. Love to throw on 1st and 10. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. Love to throw. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson. And that is incomplete.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. 1st down sack, 2nd down big play attempt, falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. And he will have this at midfield, forced out of bounds there. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
They face 2nd down and 7. Now Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And that is incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on downs. The home team's offense and veteran Brandon Cooks getting set for this next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. Cooks going in motion. Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. That's into the hands of Lamb. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Here's a carry for Dowdle. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
So often we see a team that's milking a 2-score lead get very conservative, especially in the 4th quarter, but not this coach. He says, all right, I might have a 2-score lead. I want to make it 3. He's trying to put as much pressure on his opponent possible here down the stretch late.
They'll run with Dowdle. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll stick with him again. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown, Dallas. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Aubrey now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cowboys will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here's Nixon on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to throw is Love. Toward the middle. That one caught by Watson. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick 1st down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Buccaneers love to throw. And this ball incomplete on third down.
So prior to that third down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up fourth down.
And they'll try it now with Jacobs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. Matt LaFleur disagrees with the call, and he's going to throw the challenge flag. What they're looking at here is the spot of the football. Always tricky to get this exactly right, but it only takes a few inches to make a big impact. So slow this down, find a landmark on the field, and determine where the spot should be. So the challenge, unsuccessful, and they are out of challenges now for the remainder of the game. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. And he's going to lose yardage on this play. They knock him back to the midfield stripe.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it. You know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
They'll stay on the ground. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. A shotgun snap for Prescott. The open man is Tolbert. And he gets run out of bounds. A short pickup, but it's good enough for a first down. Prescott. He's got it at about the 8, and he's going to be taken down.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he's going the wrong way. Dropped back at the 7.
The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain one additional blocker. It didn't matter here. The defense was ready for it, and they're able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
Now a give up the middle. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2. Big play coming up. 3rd and goal. Back to throw is Prescott. That is caught by the tight end, Jake Ferguson. Touchdown, Cowboys. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Now, Aubrey for the extra point. He's got it. The Cowboys tack on one more to their lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here's Nixon on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Packers offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the gun, it's Love. And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Cowboys offense ready to take over once again. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's first and 10. Here's Prescott. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4. Inside the 5, it is second and goal. Prescott now. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Javon Bullard.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Throwing is Love. Short pass taken in by the tight end. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. To throw is Love. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got a man. That's Watson. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
3rd and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert the 1st down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up 1st down.
And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. That's Dobbs, open left side. Third and 6. Here's Love. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush, and it will lead to a turnover on downs.
So the key to this 4th down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, you shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge 4th down stop.
The Cowboys offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll begin with great field position, a short field, in fact, as they start with a 1st down. Now Prescott going to make the read and keep it himself. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Up the middle they go. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Handoff here, up the middle. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Second down and 3. A handoff as they try to run it here. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. So it's a win for the Cowboys. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Cowboys as we say so long from Arlington.